Thank you very much for staying with us here on News Desk. We can start with our very first story. And barring any last-minute hitches, the opposition New Patriotic Party will this weekend hold its emergency extraordinary congress at the Brong-Ahafo regional capital, Sunyani. Well, we do know the party's suspended chairman is in court to challenge a few things as pertains to that particular congress. We will bring you an update on that case subsequently. But let's now go to the region and get a fair idea of preparation so far in Sunyani ahead of that particular congress by the NPP. Correspondent Precious Semevo joins me on phone now with some more. Precious, good morning. Now, can you tell us about the mood in town ahead of this particular congress? Let's start off on that note.
Well, the mood is that of expectation, especially on the front of our party people who are hoping that the big wigs under the spirit of the party towards the election 2016.
Precious, we're finding it a bit difficult hearing you. I don't know whether you could just reposition yourself a bit and then we could try this once more.
Okay. Now, I was just saying that the mood in town is that of expectation as party faithfuls expect leaders of the party to converge here at the 15th extraordinary annual congress at the Coronation Park. And as I speak to you, preparations is seriously ongoing. The stage is being mounted on the floor of the Coronation Park. I can see some workers there trying to put things in place. And the town generally is also picking up gradually. From yesterday up to today, it is clear that people are coming into town, and you could see lots of cars with a number plate from other parts of the region, an indication that they are new in town and are just here for the Congress. But one thing that I've observed at the Coronation Party as part of preparations for the Congress is that the organizers are not really hoping to rely on the national grid for the program. I can see a huge plant here which is being worked on. Now, one official talked to me, and he would want to be anonymous now, that they do not want to rely on the national grid because anything could happen. They are coming with their own means of generating electricity for the program. Now, at the entrance of the Coronation Park 2, some traders are busy displaying paraphernalia of the party, hoping that business will be picking up in the course of the day.
Tell us about the security situation there as well. Do you have any idea whether or not the police are bringing in a lot more numbers this time around to ensure that there's peace during this particular period?
Yes, that I know of, but the exact number that they will be bringing is not clear as of now. But in terms you see police officials standing at a vantage point, ensuring that all things goes on well. Now, I had a brief interaction a couple of days with some police officials, and they said they'll be coming here in their numbers. And I also understand that some military officials were also here about 2 days ago to also do their own survey of the grounds that will be hosting this particular event. Now, from security, sanitation is also to be a problem because as you expect, lots of people in town that should be managed. And we know Sunyani to be one of the cleanest cities in town. And as I came to the Coronation Park, the venue for the Congress, I saw lots of Zoom Lion workers tidying up the place. And they told me that they have the mandate to ensure that they keep the place within the house very, very before, during, and after the Congress.
Okay. Precious Semevo, thank you very much. We got a bit of a challenge with your phone there, but we'll try and see whether we can bring you back on the line subsequently for some more. But for those of you who couldn't hear Precious Semevo, he was telling us that indeed the security situation there, he's told, has improved, and we are told that quite a number of security personnel are also to move to that particular area, that's Sunyani, ahead of the NPP's Congress. He also spoke of sanitation and the fact that the waste management company handling this particular one, that Zoom Lion Ghana Limited, have promised to ensure that Sunyani remains the clean city it has always been this whole time. And he's also been telling us much more about when exactly it will be happening and where it will be happening. It is at the Sunyani Coronation Park, and do trust Joy News. When it comes to elections and when it comes to politics, we are numero uno. That's what a lot of people say. We'll bring you a comprehensive coverage of events in Sunyani right here in Accra as well and across the country on that particular day. That's tomorrow, Saturday, December 19. We'll bring you much more on that particular one later on. But away from that now, the Dean of the School of Continuing and Distance Learning at the University of Ghana, Professor Hiniba Sechi, has touted a number of initiatives in the educational and governance sector as achievements of the annual New Year School. Now, tall among the list is the use of the learning management system among lecturers and students. Now, the system allows students and lecturers to research and access their learning materials with ease and also to discourage plagiarism in all academic institutions. It's been 67 years since the New Year School was introduced by the university, which is part of its extension service function. The annual event brings together people in governance, academia, and other spheres of life to brainstorm on national issues and make resolutions for policymakers to factor into the national plan for subsequent implementation. Speaking to Joy News on how impactful the New Year School has been over the period, Professor Hiniba Sechi observed that though they do not implement policies as an educational institution, the program has largely achieved its purpose and made inroads in the education sector.
One of the resolutions we passed was to encourage all tertiary institutions as well as polytechnics to take learning management systems seriously and use ICT in the way business is done within the institutions. And I'm very, very proud to say that here at the University of Ghana, we have acquired a learning management system that is driving the way we teach and the way we do research. It's all internet connected, internet based. In the distance education program, for example, this year we gave tablets to students with Wi-Fi enabled, and then we have prepared electronically course materials. So these students, wherever they are, have access to their course materials and videos. So we are leading the way to transform the education. And for the whole university, it's been mandated that lecturers should find ways to use the ICT. Okay, the learning management system, we call it Sakai, that's the learning management system. And it's a platform that ensures that students own the learning process. So it gives opportunities for learning outside the box, because it gives opportunities for students to do their own research and then present the results of the research. It also calls for plagiarism detection, which is originality of student thought. So when people go out and take other people's materials, we have a software now that checks the validity or the authenticity of the information that somebody has taken from somewhere and not accounted for.
Well, the 67th New Year School is on the theme promoting universal health for sustainable development in Ghana. Is ICT the game changer? Now, head of ICT department at the Ghana Health Service, Mr. Samuel Koshi, responded in the affirmative to that question and was of the view the theme is timely.
If you compare what has been happening for the past 5 years, yes, or 10 years, over a decade, we've made significant progress. Significant progress from the perspective of policy framework. It's dangerous to deploy IT in healthcare without having an enabling policy environment because of issues relating to the privacy of patient data, confidentiality, and of course the medical legal issue that can arise if hospitals do not secure their data with regards to patient records. Okay, so now what has been done? I mean, from the national perspective, the government has an ICT4AD strategy document, which is the blueprint on how technology can be used in the country with specific reference to healthcare. The Ministry of Health has an ICT policy and strategy. We have an e-health policy and strategy. So these documents create the framework for the use of technology. Of course, there are gaps. We don't have an enabling environment for security. So how do you actually secure patients' records? We don't yet have an, appropriate document to address that. But then for the documentation or policy framework that we need to start, yes, we've made progress. Are we deploying the technology? Yes. I mean, if you visit several facilities, you find They have hospital information management systems. The health sector has implemented mobile health applications. There's a solution called the MoTech. There is a software application for collecting data all the way from the district to the national level. So yes, we are making progress by the use of.
Well, the one-week program is scheduled to start on the 11th to the 15th of January 2016. Resolutions passed at the school will be forwarded to policymakers for onward implementation. You're watching News Desk here on Joy News Multi TV. Return shortly with some more. Don't go away.